Genesis 2 lag optimization, and a full island rework is going on. But is it official? You're right kids, it's Ross Clark and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So updates, what's going on with Genesis Part 2? There's been no news for quite a while now, and I think we now know why. Cedric, the community manager, put out a tweet yesterday confirming in regards to Gen 2 lag and optimizations. He talked to the team and they assured me there is still an engineer deep dive to be done to improve this. I'm aware lag reports are getting more and more severe. But what Ced does go on to say is some of the engineering team is on a much needed break. And that's probably the reason why we've seen no updates recently. Genesis Part 2 since release has been updated and updated and updated throughout the last 4 or 5 weeks. And of course, leading up to Gen 2 launch, I'm sure the engineering team were working very hard as they possibly can. That hard in fact that they've got to have a break at some point. It's got to happen. Everybody burns and crashes at some point, and I'm sure with Wildcard, as with any business and corporation out there, they need to deal some care for their employees, of course giving them a much needed break after a severe long time of working very hard. Now, I can hear you say, well, just employ more people, get more engineers on the team. Sadly, it's not as simple as that. It's going to cost the team more money to contract in and educate new engineers. And of course, I'm sure the team staged somewhat of a plan that they would go and fix those that needed fixing in the coming weeks following Gen 2, so they got to a point of stability that perhaps things that needed fixing didn't need to be fixed straight away. Of course, there's so many more bugs and reports still going out there. I have a lot of people messaging me, asking me to feed stuff to the devs. I can't do that. I wish I could, but I can't do that. Me telling the devs anything serves no benefit on the reports. So you need to file a report yourself, and I'll leave a link in the description. I'm hoping we might see some news by the weekend, as we've not heard anything for a couple of weeks now. But at least we know now why nothing's been fixed recently. So the big news today, the island, of course the oldest map in ARK, is getting reworked. Well, at least unofficially for now, but I've got some reasons to suspect this actually might be an official remodel in the near future. The island, of course, went through iteration after iteration through its beta stage to become the map we know now. But of course, since then, there's been so many more maps to play on. And as time has gone on, the island has become more outdated and outdated, to the point now it does certainly feel that way. And I've got to agree, whilst I and many older players may still hold a candle to that first map, compared to the rest out there, it just doesn't hold that wow factor that other maps do. Of course, overlooking its requirement of the bosses and the tech cave, it's unfortunately now seen to be a duller map in comparison. Nakatus, the mod creator who of course made Valguero and is working on Fjorda, which I've talked about enough in the past, is doing an island rework, an island makeover under the working title, and I hope I pronounce this right, Aestaran. And it really looks to be a huge overhaul. In fact, almost not resembling the island at all, but certainly incorporating the improved assets we've seen with the newer maps. It's something I highlighted before, but I didn't go into too depth at the time, of course being overshadowed by Genesis Part 2. But here's a good comparison between the old island and the remodeled version, looking vastly different. Another location doing away with the beaches and bringing it more to life with more waterfalls and grass. And the plains especially are getting a full facelift with a pine forest. And it really is shaping up to look something far different from that original island. This picture I found quite interesting, a remodel of Green Up, replaced with Stonehenge structures. So far so good, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this reimagining of that first map that we all spent a long time on. And I can imagine in fact this rework would see a lot of older players return, to see what that island they used to play on is now looking like. But Nakatus isn't stopping there, he's even incorporating castles and buildings. Where these are located, who knows? But with most newer maps, castles and ruins are mainstay, so it would be great to see these in this old map. And a reimagining of the swamp looking much more doomier and gloomier, and certainly not a nice place to visit, as we know it's not. And that's all we know so far. Aestaran is looking like something truly special, and I can't wait to get my hands on this and when it becomes a playable mod in the future. Now, why am I showcasing this? Well, as well as it being at least a mod, there's some details, rumours out there surrounding that they might be reworking the island in the future. Mr. Dolphin, one of the oldest ARK YouTubers out there, got in touch with me recently, addressing a tweet he had put out last year talking about the island and how they could incorporate new stuff, new story elements, and transform the island map to perhaps be more canon to the storyline. Well, literally yesterday, that tweet got liked by someone. Damien Bull, the Studio Wildcard Environment Director and Lead Level Designer. Now, it could be way out there and really reaching, but Mr. Dolphin tells me that Damien Bull only likes his tweets when it alludes to something within the game that's coming. And of course, Mr. Dolphin being in the ARK game for as long as he has, he's certainly a credible source. So there's an inkling out there, and of course me putting 2 and 2 together, that we could see Nokartis' version of the island being reworked into the official roster. How that would work without it ruining anyone's bases is anyone's guess, and I know this is a stretch, this is pure speculation, this is just me putting a theory out there with a few coincidences, but they're probably not that. But at the very least, we are going to see an island rework in mod form. I can't wait to test it out. I can't wait to see the island in some different appeal. Or at least I'm hoping it's going to be a mod. Nokartis has never officially said this is going to come out. It could just be a pet project, but I would love to see this and really get my hands on this, as a huge fan of that first map. So it's Showtek time, and this time we're repping a server, a PS4 server out there that's been doing the rounds for a long time. A lot of players know it if they're on PS4 or of course PS5. Iced, the unofficial PvP cluster. It's been around for years now, with certainly a huge following for anyone with a thirst for PvP, offering you boosted rates such as 15 times harvesting, 25 times breeding, and 6-man tribes with no allies. Well, they're wiping for a new season tomorrow, with a new admin team, new auto unlocks, new custom spawns for dinos, new recipes, cheap craft for certain basic items, new boss fight system to make the server less PvE, OP dinos are banned like Noglins and Space Dolphins, and certain OP base spots are banned. If you're on PS4 or PS5, it's certainly worth checking out if you've got a thirst for PvP. It's wipe day, it can be anyone's game, and give it a try. Why not? Tomorrow it's going off, a new season, and I'll leave a link in the description. And that's it. That's the end of the news video today. What did you think? Comment below, let me know. What do you think about this island theory, discovery, mods? It could be a thing. I'm really hoping it's going to be. At the very least, a new version of the island sounds very, very cool. What do you think of the delay and any engineers taking breaks? Comment below, I want to hear. My name's Ras Clark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And as always, peace out.